Eventually it's going to start out like this, then the light's going to eventually go off one at a time.
David, okay. Yeah, could I need to talk to you about these lights. I'm kind of worried. Okay, tell us. Are you using all of these lights?
No, the lights will change through the course of the presentation. We're going to limbo light, we're going to backlight your sun, we're going to eventually fade out, and we're going to be backlight on you.
You're going to backlight me?
We're going to backlight you.
Am I going to look good on your backlight?
You look good.
No, David, don't be honest. Look at me, David. I'm not going to look good in the dark.
You'll look good in the dark.
Okay. I know. I shouldn't have wore a cream shirt.
Okay, the cream shirt's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah,
I look real bright. I mean, I look huge. Well, I can't help looking huge. My gosh. I put on this belt today, and I went through 3 time zones. I'm large. Face it, right? This is really sad. What are you laughing about? Look at this man. Look at this man. He's built like a bowling ball. He's laughing at me because I look like a wind sail. What is this? Oh, it's just really, I am large. I took a ballet class once and spun around things orbited. So I believe in it. I believe in fat. It's like a state of mind, you know? Like, well, and don't call it anything but fat. So don't call me a baby fat. No. Don't talk to me about big boned, huh? You're not big boned, put the Twinkies down. That's what you say, right? But, you know, I used to think if I, like, talked about somebody being fat, if I made jokes, well, I can make jokes about me, or I can make jokes about my mother. I mean, because my mother's, like, overweight. Now, this wouldn't offend, like, anybody who was overweight. Like, okay, so you're 85 pounds overweight. Now, big problem, right? Okay, so I wouldn't offend him. My mother weighs 900 pounds. I mean, 900. This woman's going for a Guinness Book of Records, right? Right up there with the man who ate the beans like that, right? With a toothpick. He's got holes in his face. He's a sad kid. Or the woman with the roller skates who had the baby. 8 months she spent on roller skates. Blow, honey, blow. Right behind her. With the wheels. It's in there. So my mother's going for that book. I know she is. She's this big now. Gross. The woman is huge. I mean, is she big? She stands in front of the microwave and screams, hurry! The woman eats. I mean, she gets out of the bathtub like that. It's really a sad... What was you laughing about? What are you fidgeting for? Your underwear creeping? I lost 3 suits that way. It's no problem. It's no problem. Okay, do I look sweaty? Will I look sweaty on the film? I mean, because I sweat for a living. God, I'm a fat man. Fat men sweat a lot. But I believe in it. I think, you know, it could be fashionable. It could become the trend. It could be the trend. Okay, like, look. We wear these little button-downs to say, hey, we've got wealth, we've got money, right? This is wealth, this is money. These groceries are paid for, okay, right? I mean, that could be the deal. Nancy Reagan, if she put on a couple of 100 pounds, she'd look okay, right? I mean, if she could support those thin little legs, buying China if she can't walk. The woman is really, you know, she has taste, but this is the result of taste. You understand what I mean? You catch me? Okay, it's a play on words, but you can catch it, David, right?
I got it, Dave.
Okay, but I mean, I believe in it. Like, the commercials will have to change to accommodate the fat crowd. Like, we'll get rid of Brooke Shields. Face it, Brooke Shields, not since Joan Crawford, if I wanted to whip a cup of Nair in someone's face. Her eyebrows, look at that. I want to pluck that with a weed eater, right? She'll be gone. It'll be Elizabeth Taylor wearing lardass jeans. What comes between me and my lardass? What could come between her? The woman is huge. She's let her... I can do this.
Keep it in. Keep it in.
You want me to put this in the piece?
Yeah, keep it in. Okay, the camera's going to come. We're going to do a subjective camera angle, and all this is going to be really
good.
Okay,
but the thing is that most of it is pretty sensitive, and I'm not like the sensitive type. Just sensitivity.
What's the actual point of the poetry? What's the actual...
Well, okay, the whole point is I always wanted to do, like, love poetry. You know, love poems. Somehow it didn't seem to fit into my mode, right? You know, they're just poems, picked at random from a closet full. A napkin held one. Spiral notebook another. Well, each marks a mood, a point, a day. As love comes into a fat boy's life. You know, I noticed the other day that since the 4th grade, when a cute little girl whom I'd spilt milk on screamed it across the cafetorium, no one has called me fatso. I thought about it for a while. Since the 4th grade, when a cute little girl whom I'd spilt milk on screamed it across the cafetorium, oh, I have changed size, but not shape. That's when it hit me. Since the 4th grade, when a cute little girl whom I'd spilt milk on screamed it across the cafetorium, I've beat you to the word fatso. Well, you know, If ever fashion is discussed, I always have the line, "Hello, Barnum and Bailey, getting rid of the old tent? It's got pockets, send it over." I mean, if romance is the subject, there's so much of me to love. Physique? Listen, honey, I was built when meat was cheap. Phys ed? Jogging's okay for you. When I haul ass, it takes 3 trips. I mean, even tuxedo rental. My tailor hands me one end of a tape measure and says, "You hold this, I'll drive around." Well, that's it. No matter what's discussed, I get the punchline. You know, the closest I ever get to fatso now is, "I don't even think of you as fat. You're just big." I beat you to the word fatso. And I don't spill milk on cute little girls anymore. And I try to stay away from cafetoriums. We love you. Yeah, we love you. Well, you're a mother, a brother, a father figure. Well, you're always there with a solution to our problems. You're a regular open ear. Well, I try. It's easy for you. You've never had any of those problems. Face it, you've never had anybody walk out on you or been stood up. You never had to face a lady when she finds out you've been playing the field behind her back. You've never had to tell anybody, "Hey, let's just be friends." No, I guess I haven't. But you have had some of the best advice on how to handle those problems. Yeah, like when I wanted to get a date with that new girl, and I didn't even know her name. I was too shy to look at her. You told me how to hook her. When I got all bent out of shape because I was the only 21-year-old virgin I knew, I had that long mother-daughter talk with you. And when I wanted to get a date with, what's her name? You always had one of those plans, like one of those dads on TV you always wished you could have. Hey, why haven't you ever used any of those plans? I mean, okay, don't get us wrong. Well, we know you're not. We know you're straight. We know you're not funny or anything. It's just, I mean, look, you're a teddy bear to all the ladies. You get more hugs than Santa Claus, and you're every guy's best friend. The kind we'd trust with a kid's sister. I mean, you love everybody. But face it, you're sexless. Unique eunuch. Somebody said that about you once. You're your brother, a mother, a father figure. And you love me. Yeah. You love me. You came to me to get me to listen to your problems with men. At first, I said to myself, how could anyone so beautiful and so perfect have a problem? At second, I said to myself, this beautiful, perfect person has the same problem I do. At third, I said to you, how about a date? Now, after many dates and days and nights, we say to one another, we're in love. And it's not a brother-sister love, father-daughter, mother-daughter, but real love that lovers have. No more talk of problems. A love poem for Annie that does not rhyme, but nonetheless a poem. Plato once said, at the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Well, that's poetry. It's true. When you once said, so you're fat, only on the outside. I'm fat on the inside. And I said, God, I love you. Well, that was poetry. It was true. When you said we were a mind reader and his mistress, and I said we were Beauty and the Beast, well, that was poetry. It was true. Well, those bits of poetry fade now, and only the love remains. That should please you. Love rhymes with love. Why, even that's poetry. It's true. You ask me if I'd ever forget you. Just think about those times when you loved and cared and needed me. My life, which I have totally joyed in sharing with you, would have otherwise never been touched. Although we live separate lives now, I haven't even heard from you in months. I can't forget what once filled all my days and held this big teddy bear in securing arms. No. I can't forget you. Ever. They're just poems, picked at random from a closet full. A napkin held one, a spiral notebook another. Each marks a mood, a day, a point. As love comes into a fat boy's life, with a message to anyone who's fat on the outside or the inside. Touch your eyes. Have they always been dry? Touch your heart. Has it ever been broken? Embrace your arms. Are the memories there? Touch your hands. Have they ever really been held? What? I'm sorry. I wasn't even listening.
What is the actual point of the poetry?
Yeah, it's old. They're just some poems stuck together. They're like, well, it's basically just fat jokes.
Good. Be funny. Good deal. We'll go over on another rehearsal.